So the X3 is 35, X15. Yeah. Where'd you get off? Get off at the Tesco's down the Eminent Road.
That's not for me to sit down. Okay, ladies and gents, musicians and drummers. We have a guest speaker that you all know about. This is why you're in this very lovely room, all seated, ready to go. There is a very clear purpose to this, though. This isn't just to listen to one individual talk about their experiences and you go, oh, yeah, all sounds great, etc., etc. This really is a learning curve to it, because the second years, I'm looking for you guys to investigate, obviously, small, medium and large size venues. This will be a part of your research, which will be quite crucial. Obviously, Josh will be able to provide you with information about the venue that he's operational in, and his experiences as a musician as well. So use this opportunity to kind of ask those questions. It will be then primary research. Another strong theme running through both for the first and second years, you know, you guys want an opportunity, instead of just being at college, you want an opportunity to be able to then take that further. There are bands that are in here, the likes of TMA, Lacuna Common, Sempervera, New Depth, to name but a few, who are currently on the circuit, playing at the likes of the O2, the Bullingdon, etc., etc. So those of you who might not be ready yet, but certainly ready in the coming months, or whether it's this time next year, whatever it might be, you want to be able to demonstrate your professionalism, pick up points of contact like Josh, and be able to then be very much, forgive the pun, but instrumental into factoring into making his job a lot easier. There's a conversation we've already had about how many really good acts are coming through, and who have hopefully been really, really well trained and versed in what they're able to offer. The first years, you will remember that you're looking at the role of a performer, promoter and sound technician. So those things are really, really vital. If you're asking Josh from a marketing perspective as to how performers should approach him and what kind of information that he would expect of you, that will be really quite crucial. But once again, Josh, again, is a former student here, and I'm really keen for him to be able to relay his journey for where he started, what kind of got him involved in wanting to look at music in the first place, and the kind of role that he's doing now. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Josh Barton from the O2. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
Sweet. How's it going? You alright? This is pretty cool, I must say. There's a lot of you, and that's really good to see, so thank you. So yeah, I used to be on this course basically, and when I was here there definitely wasn't a hole in the stage. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I mean, do we know who this was?
Will Chow.
Yeah, nice and lacy. Yeah. Just getting into it. Love it. So yeah. So as Nick said, basically, my name's Josh. I am 20, and I was a member of this college on the music course, and I must say I had a whale of a time. Are you guys enjoying it so far? So you like what, first year or second year or both?
Both.
Cool. So currently I am the marketing executive at O2 Academy Oxford. That's where I am at currently, and I will explain to you sort of, you know, my journey as to how I got there in a sense. So I joined this college course and was in a band with, were you guys taught by Eve at all?
Yes.
Yeah?
Second year as well.
Nice one, yeah. I was in a band with Eve. We had a lot of fun, and we had a very fun indie punk band that was a slightly, we maybe were a bit too close to Los Campesinos and Mystery Jets, but it's not a problem. We had a lot of fun, and Do you guys know what our name was at all? Because it was a bit obnoxious, yeah? Oh, you see, that's fine, because it was a ridiculous name, 20 teeth in an 8 row, yeah. Solid 2 out of 10. Anyways, so, yeah. Sorry, I really didn't expect to be on the main stage, you know. This is cool. I thought I'd be on the, you know, classroom, so I just, guys, thank you. let me, so, from here, I basically went, sounds so pretentious, but I managed to get a scholarship to the SA Institute in Oxford to study music business. Basically what that entailed was a two-year degree essentially, so like 3 years crossed into 2 years. So it was a bit stressful, and I must say I went a bit mad during my dissertation period. I sort of just left a Don Broker gig very, very early and just sat in my car for a long time staring at the steering wheel, and I sort of reflected and I was like, this is a bit weird. But I must say that, do you know what? There's certain things that I should probably not say, and it's things like that, because that's just not handy in the slightest, is it? Well, it's not handy too, but I've got to say, dissertation periods can be very stressful. We all deal with things in different ways. Okay. So now you know a bit about me. So I did the degree, and I would say that from there, it wasn't so much the information that my degree gave me, it was more the confidence that it gave me to start my own promotions company, basically, called Paladin Promotions. I've actually had like people like New Depth on and stuff like that, yeah, a few local bands, and you've been great. And from there, I was putting on local shows, the Cellar, Bullingdon, I've done the O2 as well, Wheat Chief, trying to think if there's any more, Jericho as well. And from there I got the attention of the O2 Academy because the position of the marketing assistant basically came up, and they'd seen me out in the scene, so they called me in, we did an interview, and that day I was basically given the role. So for a year and a half, I was the part-time marketing assistant at O2 Academy Oxford, basically assisting Jake Pell, who was actually supposed to come in today, but we are very swamped at the venue at the moment, so I'm afraid he can come down. So I was assisting him, and basically what happened is that he was the marketing and promotions manager, basically, so he was looking after the venue's marketing, while also booking shows into the venue and across the O2 Academy estate, basically. And with that, we decided, well, we didn't decide, but it was sort of decided that, you know, it could be seen that his strengths were vastly in promotion and putting gigs on, etc. So they decided to make him into a full-time Academy events promoter. So now what his job role is that he's putting events on, bringing them into the venue, basically, contacting agents, contacting bands, getting local bands like yourselves in, and I was given the marketing executive role. So I deal with all of the venue's marketing. I mean, if I was to tell you everything I did, we'd probably be here all day, and it's a sunny day, so I won't go too into it, but I guess if you wanted to ask about some of the roles that I do within the venue, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. So that's currently where I'm at now. So other things I've done as well is that I was in very recently left a local grunge band called Rats Eat Rats. Whether you like that name or not, that's absolutely fine, but maybe 3 out of 10? Not quite sure. It's up to you. So yeah, so I played with them for a while. Sadly, I think I kind of had to focus on my role a bit more heavily, so I've sadly left them, but I can also talk to you about my experiences playing with them if you'd like. Yeah. Through Paladin Promotions as well, I did a bit of agenting work on the side as well, so with local indie pop at Who's Alice, I was their booking agent for a time. but sadly, I think I caught them at the wrong time. You know, they're all in different cities with uni, etc. So I think we've kind of put that to bed. And then also temporarily had another promotions company under the name of Oxcore, where we, me and some fellow SAE students sort of noticed a bit of a gap in the market with the hardcore genre in Oxford. So we tried to set something up there, and I mean, it didn't quite work, and I think the love wasn't there, so we just didn't really carry it through. So that's pretty much where I'm at now. I'm guessing, would this be time for like Q&A, or is there anything else that you'd like to touch on at all?
Yeah, interestingly, with the Oxcore, what kind of venues were you putting out? What type of bands are involved?
So we Chief Oxford primarily because we identified it as a venue that sort of very much catered for the metal and rock umbrella, basically. So hardcore fitted within that quite well. We essentially just put hardcore acts on, so bands like Misery, Resolve, who are now keyed up, I believe, Worry, yeah, different sort of some local hardcore acts, essentially. Contec, who Chris Griffin was in, if you remember him.
Oh yeah, that's from the other day. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, Q&A or?
Yeah. I mean, most of you guys should have a whole bunch of questions that you want to ask Josh on whatever level, whether it's about his role, whether it's about his experiences as a musician, SAE, any of those things which you feel might be relevant to that. Yeah, Callum.
Yes, bud. Give yourself notice, sorry?
What do you reckon is a good way of getting yourself noticed if your music's on SoundCloud? Is there any
On SoundCloud?
Yes.
So, how do you mean in the sense of notice, basically? Oh, sweet, is that on the mic? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Cool.
The battery died. It was going red.
I'm not really sure about like hacks, etc. But I'm fairly certain you can you buy some sort of premium membership on SoundCloud? So you have like a little orange star next to your name and stuff like that. Do you know anything about that at all? Yeah, so I potentially maybe look into that basically, because I think you can look into like a SoundCloud sort of like premium thing. And I mean, if a band contacted myself, is that the dance?
That's dance.
Oh my god, something's never changed. This is crazy. Okay, right.
That's why you got a mic.
Nobody start breakdancing, please. It'll distract me. Okay. Yeah. So SoundCloud premium. I mean, if a band contacted me and you know, they had a link to a SoundCloud premium account, I guess it would potentially show that they care just that little bit more. I mean, it's not really a platform that I look at too much, if I'm quite honest. But I mean, I suppose some things are personal preference. Yeah? Cool.
We're getting batteries for the mic. Yeah. Anyone with a loud voice? Yeah.
Yeah. What the
Sorry. Alright. Sorry, yeah, so go on. Yeah.
Alright. How should a band contact you or a promoter?
So a promoter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say with that is Facebook on a Facebook inbox. It's, I would say, again, I'm talking from personal preference, but from what I've heard and what I've witnessed with other promoters as well, it's preferred by email primarily, because the problem is with email you could easily flag things and have a task list basically. And if you get like or say if you had like a promoter and you were friends with them on Facebook and you message them personally on Facebook, sometimes it just gets completely forgotten about, because the thing is it's not on a task list, and the things you have so many things to juggle, so many things to remember, that basically email and then you see it, it can be flagged, and then you can come back to it and revisit it, or it can be saved in a certain folder. So it's like, okay, so you're a metalcore act, I don't have a metalcore band yet, I'll save it in this folder. When I do, I can revisit it and see who contacted asking for, who was like, so, you know, it's just, I'd say email. And then would you also like to know sort of how, you know, you'd want it to be formatted? So having, you've probably learned about this, but what they say about having email that can easily load up is really handy. If it's just full of files, full of everything, and you click on it and it just takes ages to load up, we will lose interest and we probably will just go on to the next thing. I'd say things like an EPK are really important because it's just a really compact way of just finding out about the band quickly and efficiently, and also, you know, the more aesthetic the better, and you can kind of see how wow.
Don't worry, we can hear you, John.
So yeah, it's sort of also seeing just like how much the band cares as well. Because if it looks shit, like you can kind of see that, you know, there's not really much effort been put into there and stuff like that. And if you want to see that the band are taking themselves seriously, because if they're not taking themselves seriously, then why should you take them seriously? Essentially. I'd also say things like how many people you think you could bring to a show realistically is actually what the promoter wants to know. I mean, it doesn't matter if you absolutely sound 100% like the band that you want to support, etc. You need to bring people. That is the bottom line. As a promoter, it's great if you're the best band ever. You need to bring people. Simple as that. You know, if you could say something like, and be serious, not just say it. Say like, I could bring 25 to 30 people. Brilliant. And actually deliver on it. Brilliant. You've delivered on it. It's what the promoter wants. And you know, next time something comes up, you know, they'll be looking at you. They'll be looking at you to contact them, basically. As well as that, I mean, just a little list of, you know, people you've supported in the past, basically. Because if you've supported some big names, they're more likely to take you seriously, because it shows that other people have taken you seriously also. And then, of course, just the standard social media links, etc. And yeah, is there anything else on that matter? Is that pretty?
That's it.
Yeah? Cool. Okay. Yeah, bud.
Do you still work with Parliament?
So I have literally just